Can you imagine? Is it possible to imagine that that which is to come is only going to get better? It's only going to get better. You think maybe it doesn't get as good as this, or if you've had other moments in your lives where it seems like it doesn't get as good as those moments. And yet, based on our trust and our faith, we can say that indeed it will get better. It will be better. Things will open to us that our minds could never imagine.
The first shuttle is on their way. We are getting some coffee, changing some signs. CrossRoad's happening! It's very exciting. I'm really hyped up right now. Yeah, we're gonna get them set up in their dorms. Staff are super excited. You can feel the energy. First day is always like, it's not the best because it just keeps getting better, but it definitely has an energy that you can't match. So, yeah. Hey, Gianna. Yeah. I have the Wi-Fi. Can you actually send me what you need, and I'm gonna buy it on our Amazon account.
So Elia and I are on our way to the airport, and we are picking up a few more of our West Coast CrossRoad participants, and we're gonna take them back to Holy Cross to get them checked in.
We have a little book with all the participants' pictures in it, so we can find them once we get to the airport. And then we're gonna weigh at baggage claim with this sign to show them that we're part of CrossRoad and we're here to pick them up.
Stars.
What are you guys looking at?
PowerPoint.
We need a clicker. Click.
Click it or take it.
Click. No.
I think that all human beings have a deep yearning and desire to be fully alive. But I think all of us have this question of what it means to actually be alive with a capital A. And CrossRoad is a program that invites and challenges high school juniors and seniors to consider this question of what does it mean to be fully alive. But what we hope in all of this is that they can get a small taste of what life should be like.
Well, we just got our last round of CrossRoad participants for this session. It's a big one, so we're checking everybody in. We are taking cell phones and making sure everybody's going to be nice and present for the rest of the 10 days. So, surprise!
People expect so little of high school students when it comes to their faith and it comes to wrestling with important issues in the world. And yet at CrossRoad, I don't see that at all. The standard is set here and they just exceed it. Everyone is a part of giving them an experience of true community.
Helena College Holy Cross received a grant in 2003 from the Lilly Endowment for the Theological Exploration of Vocation. We were one of 88 colleges and universities across the country to receive this tremendous grant to help college students explore their vocation and do that from a theological perspective, grounded in the religious tradition of the college or university. We had the exceptional privilege of adding a high school summer institute as part of this work. And we just feel like every time you're here, you each are a miracle. We are so appreciative to spend 10 days with you. We're so glad that you want to be here. My job now is actually making sure that CrossRoad can continue and can grow. I have an amazing team of people who want it to grow. So for the first time, as you all know, we're doing a CrossRoad in Chicago, and there are plans for continued growth. Once you're part of the CrossRoad family, you're always a part of the CrossRoad family, and we are so grateful you're here.
What is so important and so critical for us about this, or the lesson that we can draw out of it, is that one of the constants that we experience in life, and one of the constants that maybe drew you here this evening, is the change that we experience. That's an essential part of our life, not only as human beings, but especially as Christians. And we have a choice as Christians whether or not we want to lean into that change or we want to pull back from it. In that we constantly find hope, we constantly find strength, and we find purpose in our life too, in how we should act and the things that we should do and how we should carry out our lives.
They come from all over the country, from different Orthodox jurisdictions, and they experience a journey like nothing else. They encounter themselves in a way that they have never encountered it before. Okay? Because that reality is a mixed reality. There are great things in there, beautiful things, and we'll talk about how beautiful we are in our core, in our essence. But we also know that there are things that we've experienced in life, things that are inside of us that, for better or for worse, scare us. Okay? And so we're inviting you, knowing that it takes courage, knowing that it's not easy, to go within.
We understand vocation as one's unique and ongoing response to Christ's call to love God with heart, soul, strength, and mind, and to love their neighbor as their self. So what does that mean? Essentially, that means that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, if you are in your own unique way responding to the call to love God and love neighbor, then you are fulfilling your vocation in Christ. Which is really liberating, actually, because when we think about vocation, a lot of times people think of either strictly a religious order or a monastic calling, or they think of a totally secular occupation. But here, we're giving students an opportunity to understand vocation as here and now. Vocation as an ongoing response, that the way that I love God and neighbor now is going to look different than the way I love God and neighbor in 10 years. But that in anything I do and in everything I do, that I'm using that moment as an opportunity to love.
It's in that kind of environment of self-exploration that they can really understand who they are and understand the world better.
At first, it's a little nerve-wracking, I guess, to meet new people, but I'm kind of excited. I'm already starting to get to know everybody, and everyone's becoming more of like a familiar face.
We are going to a place called Project Adventure. It is a ropes course / team building camp area.
It seems the participants come in super hesitant to interact with each other. And at these ropes courses, they have to hold on to each other. They have to climb up things together. And they have to be close to each other, both in like physical proximity and just leaning on each other to accomplish different tasks, which is super important for the whole 10 days.
We're going to get all the students off the bus and we will head up to the course. We'll do a large group activity with everybody, divide into our small groups, and then get rolling. Fresh starts, fresh faces, a lot of people getting to know each other for the first time. And then you flop like a fish, down to the fingers, and then back to the elbow. Sound off what? Sound off. This one?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be going in as a senior next year, and CrossRoad will really help me to find out what I'm good at, but also what I like and what gifts God has given me, so that I can go on in my life to do something that I love and that serves God in the best way that I personally can, and same for everyone else here in their own ways. I'm kind of scared of heights, not like crazy, but I think it'll be fun if there's a group of us all together and we can trust each other and just like have fun all together.
These high school students are leaving their families, their communities that they've kind of been formed in, to experience something different, something away from what they're used to. And I think that you need to kind of step out of your own little world and own bubble and kind of do a little bit of this with your worldview to really be able to learn for yourself.
I've learned a lot of things about my faith and about myself and about other people, and I've gotten to make a lot of really great relationships so far. And even though it's only been like 3 days, I feel like these people are really, really close to me already, and we get to talk about what we're going through, and like we can share our personal stories and not have to worry about people judging us for it.
It is necessary for young people to have an environment of independence where they really feel like they can ask their own questions and wrestle with their own thoughts about the church and about the Christian faith. They need that time away to be able to truly learn.
We have different professors and experts come in to speak with the students about theology, about church history, and we help them really get a grounding in those topics from someone who is extremely well qualified to teach about them.
It talks about 3 things that are important, 3 things that we should all have, and those things are faith, hope, and love.
And it is absolutely the case that if on faith I believe that God created the universe and the universe is inherently good, then what I learn about the universe tells me something about a loving God.
And if I have hope, well then hope sort of opens the door for love. Because if I'm somebody who's hopeful, if I'm somebody who is open, if I'm somebody who believes in possibilities, right, then I'm open to the experience of love and the power of love. So faith, hope, and love. The good news is that's something that's innate, right? That's something that's born within you. It's part of your spiritual genetic code, in a sense, that deep within the human person, right? There is this capacity, there is this ability for love.
So my favorite thing about CrossRoad is the fact that we go to different churches in the Boston area, because it's important for the participants to understand that there are different jurisdictions that they go to when they're in college. So a GOA person could always go to like an Antiochian church, or a student that's part of the Serbian church could go to OCA. So it's really important that we try to expose them to that, and it helps them a lot.
So what we try to do is help them understand that Orthodox Christianity is something that's intended for all of humanity, and everybody gets to be a part of it, regardless of any ethnic background or whether you don't have an ethnic background. I think that results in some good things for the students. Some students come in fully aware of all of the different jurisdictions in America, but some really don't, and they really have good questions. And they wonder if they don't recognize the writing on an icon, if they don't recognize what language that is, does that mean that this church is not Orthodox? They may only recognize Slavic, so when they see Arabic, they might wonder, is this Orthodox? And we can help them understand, like, yes, absolutely. And we have had a lot of good questions result from that. So.
What is the potential of a human being? And so he lifted up his hands to up high, like as he was reaching up to heaven, and suddenly he was transfigured into fire. And he said, a man can become a living flame. Could you imagine that? That we could become living flames, because human beings have incredible potential.
God is everywhere present, filling all things. Now, have you thought about what that means? Have you really thought about that? In Him we live and move and have our being. That means that there is no way you can be separate from God. It is impossible to be separate from God.
Then because we're all part of the same Orthodox family, it's important for like our own unity to see that we're really the same. It's just small differences.
The sign of mental health, sanity, which equals sanctity, is the ability to handle ambiguity. That most of life is ambiguous. And that's hard to hear because we're rational, we like control, and you and I are by and large control freaks. We'd like to know what life for you is going to be like after graduation, or where you're going to go in September, and blah, 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 blah. What I'm going to do, and the answer is, I don't know. Really? Me too. I don't know. Many things. I really don't know.
There's nothing worse than living your life doing something that doesn't make you feel fulfilled. That's imprisonment. And so what you do, the work you choose, try to make it something that makes you feel free. Because if you feel free, you are going to help other people feel free.
I think some people have this idea that coming to CrossRoad is going to be like a magic key of like where I'm supposed to go to college or what major I'm supposed to have. But in reality, I feel like the program of CrossRoad, the 3 stages, who am I, who is God, and who is my neighbor, just open up a person's world to understand that you can do whatever you're going to do, serving God and serving your neighbor. And CrossRoad is not about telling you you can't do something or you shouldn't do something. It's about opening up the possibilities of having any job and loving God through that work.
And during stage 3, I have learned that we are all made in the likeness of Christ. If we cannot see Christ in ourselves and the others, we will be blind to God's love and mercy that He has for all of us. To be able to see Christ in everyone, we need to remember to treat others the way we want to be treated and, as the vocation song says, to love our neighbors as ourselves.
We're only separated by circumstance, and it's not fair to divide people who have had bad situations, to divide them into separate groups and stereotype and avoid them just because they seem different from us.
I think I can focus on getting to know more about people who are commonly othered or easy to label as either different or unimportant or both, and I can focus on giving to both those around me and those far from me.
Treat people like human beings. Don't treat them as objects, and don't look through them, and don't not see them.
We're in Massachusetts currently on the CrossRoad trip.
I think we should pick a new speaker.
What is going on? Well, I figured like...
You're in the United States, guys. Don't worry.
I didn't know it was in Boston,
Yeah, I don't think any of the bus rides we've sat next to the exact same people, and that's so cool. There's so many different people that you can mix with.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get to spend some time with the new friends I've made off campus, like going around to Faneuil Hall and shopping and having lunch. That's gonna be pretty fun.
Here, and then we're gonna go grab a few pizzas from Regina Pizzeria.
Hi, I'd like a large pepperoni and a large cheese pizza.
That's what it's at, guys. Dunkin' Donuts. Too much sugar. Nope.
But this, it's gonna change the rest of my life. There's nothing you can compare to this. Yeah, the people here are just amazing. I can't ask for anyone else better. It's everyone, the staff. It's a blast.
Never been there before, and I'm super psyched because it's a beautiful city, and we're gonna get to explore and go on a tour, and there's gonna be lunch there, so we're gonna be able to just sit on the grass. I'm pretty sure there's grass, and chill and have fun and talk to people.
When he was riding over to the North Church to let them know the bridge was coming, it was with one leg. He had to climb up the bell tower with one leg. Great story.
But this is just on such a different level, and it's with all the people your age, which is also a good experience. And it's just more in-depth of Orthodox faith.
I think the most important thing for CrossRoaders or any participant in a program to take from a program like this is that not every decision is life-determining. It's very liberating feeling to leave CrossRoad and to know that your relationship with Christ is the most important thing. Your relationship with those around you is the most important thing to you. And making one decision is not life-changing. It may change your life, but it is not the end-all be-all. And that is very liberating for a high schooler to hear.
All of the staff who make this their priority for the summer and invest hundreds of hours preparing and getting ready for the program. For our donors, without whom we would not continue. There are so many incredible donors.
Yeah, it's been great getting to know everybody from so many different communities. Of course, the one thing that unites us all is orthodoxy, and that's really amazing.
Because everyone was like together and just singing and dancing and having fun. And that might have been like one of my favorite experiences, I think. Life isn't just about like you or even the people in your inner circle. It's about everyone that's outside your circle and everyone around the world.
Adam and Father Mike were like singing, and like Kyra was shrieking, and and then there was like a whole group of people like all getting ready, and they all ran into the water together, and it was like a movie, right? And then like Ray was like filming it overhead. I don't know. It was like happy and peaceful, and I don't know, like it's like really pure, you know, and like really wholesome. I got a wicked sunburn from that. Yeah, I think that was, I don't know, I just felt like content, you know? I feel like we're all searching to just be content, and I don't know. I know the sunburn will fade, but I hope that memory never does.
This is once in a lifetime, and I think it changed all of us, and it will impact each of our lives.
I made so many good relationships here that will definitely last a lifetime, and I'm just so thankful that I got to have this experience.
So I made a lot of really great friendships at CrossRoad that I know will last the rest of my life. And being here has also made me learn a lot about myself.
In one of the talks they said that all life is to be loved and to love, and that's what everyone wants. And that's what CrossRoad is. And coming to CrossRoad helped me realize that no matter what race you are, where you come from, your status in life, everyone deserves love.
And I felt like it was the perfect time to do something like this because I'm going into my senior year of high school and I'm starting to prepare for college. So I really wanted to come here and discover my vocation and learn more about my faith and kind of find like that middle passage, that middle way to help guide me throughout my life.
You can break out of your shell and feel a kind of freedom.
This is a list of phone numbers and Snapchats and Instagram and whatnot so that we can further communicate even after we leave.
I'm so
Oh sunshine, where is your lonely smile? Oh sunshine, where is your lonely smile? Oh sunshine, where is your lonely smile?